Welcome back to a piece of me. So, this concept I just learned, I don't think it's as niche as I think it is, but also I feel like a lot of people don't actually talk about it. And I want to mention it because I resonate with it in a way, and I think it'll be helpful if I talk about it. But the idea I'm talking about is happiness brings success. Contrary to popular belief, being happy before your success is actually important. So, as I was reading this book the other day, it talks about how there's a correlation between successful people and people who are happy, or it might be the other way around, between happiness and success. People who are more happy tend to be more successful. And an example used is, think about like dieting, and you're trying to become fit and you're trying to be more healthy. And as you're striving for this goal, you have this problem with binge eating. And what we know about vices like food, drugs, alcohol, video games, they're used to cope with negative emotions. So whenever you're bored, you're lonely, you're sad, you're anxious, we use things like food, drugs, alcohol, and all this to like hide that void or get rid of that emotion. Now think about how much easier it is to diet when you don't have to binge eat from being sad, lonely, or depressed. I think it will be much easier to be successful when you're happy. Obviously, other components go into that, like healthy diet, make sure you're not hungry, you're getting enough nutrition. But I think being happiness as you reach towards your goals is also another important component of it. Now, when I mean happiness, it's kind of interchangeable because with happiness comes contentment. A great example is when people get into relationships, you often see them before relationships and they're super fit, they look much healthier, and then there's something called happy weight. Most people call it. I don't really refer to that as that. But as soon as they get in a relationship, they gain a bunch of weight, they look out of shape. And I'm not here to shame them, but I think this is a perfect example of contentment. Often people get into good shape to attract the opposite sex, get in good shape, feel very fit. But once they get in a relationship, they slack a bit. And I've seen this multiple times in people I know and just my surroundings, where they get into a relationship and they suddenly gain 50 pounds and they really let themselves go. And this is not a judgment, but I think when it comes to happiness, when you're happy somewhere, you get comfortable. And with that comfort, you stop doing certain things that help you progress, what you were doing before to make you progress. So I think happiness can be a little like dangerous in that way. Obviously, we all want happiness. I hope happiness to everyone. But I think when you're contentment with that momentary happiness you have, it stops you from going where you need to go. Now, I mentioned how success, and I'm not making this up, this is like very documented. A bunch of research and studies went into this. It might be a correlation, but I think it's like a important correlation. I think it's significant, and I think it to be true. So another great example is, think about alcoholic who's trying to stop alcohol. If he didn't have to drink alcohol to fill the void of being lonely, not enjoying their life, not having healthy relationships in their life, bad finances, often they use alcohol to cope with those feelings of loneliness and just very bad life. Alcohol is their way out. But imagine they didn't need a way out. They genuinely enjoy life. I'm not saying they'll quit alcohol automatically, but it makes it so much easier to not need alcohol. And I think in many ways, success is that way. I don't think you need to be in a bad place to succeed. I think you need to be in a happy place but motivated. Motivated is something outside of trying to be happy, because being happy often makes you content. So you need a philosophy of your own to get you where you want to go, despite how happy you are, despite how comfortable you are in life. You should continuously grow into the person you want to be, and that's how you achieve your goals, right? And I want to end this by saying this: success doesn't bring happiness, happiness brings success. Be happy before your success. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for listening to A Piece of Me. Until next time.